there, my name is Janet, and today our topic is going to be commercialism and how the effects of commercialism in the education system and the effects it will have on us as prospective teachers. Our special guest today is Ryan.
Hi.
Hello, Ryan.
How are you, Janet?
I'm good, thanks. Now, Ryan, what exactly are the benefits of corporate partnerships in schools?
Okay. Well, corporate partnerships are becoming increasingly common, and they are a way for schools to supplement their budgets without having to raise taxes and put more pressure on the economic system. So there are a number of sponsorship deals between big corporations and schools at the moment. In America, we're seeing a lot of it emerge. There are some big deals with Channel 1 and Coke in particular. And they're mainly agreements to play some sort of advertising or sell some sort of product within the school so that they can get their product out to a greater audience, and also then they provide the school with some sort of product or service in return. But there are a few things that come along with it. The relationship between the organisation and the school needs to be examined. We need to look at whether it's a shallow or a strong relationship, what the vested interests are from both sides, whether they have long-term or short-term interests, because in the short term they can seek, organisations can seek increased profits and revenues and returns, but in the long term can look to develop a market share or increase customer loyalty or workforce development. So all these issues come in, and we need to consider what is best for both the school and the organisation.
Yeah, so what are some other reasons for acquiring corporate sponsorships in schools?
The most common reason, mainly it boils down to the school's educational budget, relieving pressure from their budget to be able to provide students with greater resources and greater ability for learning. So particularly in the current climate we find ourselves in, the current economic climate, schools are tending to be more likely to take advantage of these free services. But as we know, everything comes at a cost. And that cost is usually time and classroom time that companies are looking to take to use that time to market their different products. And so with anything in business, companies will expect a return for the investment and may feel they're owed something for giving the resources, and that's where this time issue, taking away time from actually teaching and educating students, so that's becoming a bit of an issue. And it may force schools to sacrifice some curriculum or sacrifice different areas of learning to meet investors' demands, and may eventually force them to put the financial needs over the needs of the students' education.
Okay, what schools are most highly affected by the corporate sponsorships and all that type of stuff?
Well, the schools that are most likely to take on these deals are the less wealthy schools, schools that need to supplement their budget somehow, because they are working with a less wealthy demographic. But yeah, they're more likely to take on these corporate partnerships than the wealthier schools. So the problem is, though, with that it creates a lot of other issues, because especially with we're seeing a lot of soft drink companies get on board, like Coca-Cola. At the moment, 64% of schools have some sort of exclusive deal with a soft drink company. Now, what this does in the long run, it doesn't teach kids about healthy eating. Given that they come from maybe a poorer demographic, they don't have that education about healthy eating. They don't have the ability to access highly nutritious food. So it has a real flow-on effect, and can teach students that, can teach them bad habits, and can really draw them into that kind of cycle of of eating really poor quality food. And so it gets linked in with different issues such as the obesity crisis and the focus that we've had that seen on schools. So yeah, there are a lot of other issues that come in with it, but really the less wealthy schools are the ones that are most likely to be affected.
Okay, and how does this affect us as future educators?
Well, as future educators, we need to be aware of it mainly. Just be aware that because the different businesses and organisations, they see this as such a big market, the students are such a big market, they want to be pushing their products and getting them in there. So we need to be aware of this. We need to just make sure we keep the students' needs as our top priority, not the financial needs, and look for other ways in the future to subsidise educational budgets instead of resorting to going to these corporations.
Thanks for coming today, Ryan, and my name is Janet, and peace out.